Since founding his record label in the 1970s, he's launched more than 400 businesses with the Virgin Group, exploring pretty much every music industry you could imagine: airlines, hotels, mobile phone companies, banks, and even space tourism. With an estimated net worth of $5 billion, he's one of the wealthiest people in the world. From parties with models to daredevil world record attempts, this British businessman always takes it to the next level. Richard Branson was born on July 18, 1950 in Blackheath, London. His father was a barrister, but their family was not wealthy and they struggled to make ends meet. As a young man, he struggled with dyslexia and performed poorly in school. A headmaster once told him he would either end up in prison or a millionaire. He's pretty crazy about setting world records. In 1987, he crossed the Atlantic in the Virgin Atlantic Flyer, becoming the first man to cross the ocean in a hot air balloon. In 1991, he was in the first balloon to cross the Pacific. Branson made several attempts to circumnavigate the globe in a balloon with aviators Steve Fawcett and Per Lyngstad, though they were ultimately unsuccessful. In one of his more controversial moments, Branson appeared kitesurfing with a naked model on his back. His wife reportedly dismissed the behavior as typical Richard. Kitesurfing is one of Branson's favorite ways to blow off some steam. In 2013, he organized the Virgin Kitesurfing Armada, which broke the Guinness World Record for the largest number of kitesurfers to complete a 1-mile course. He is also the oldest man to kitesurf across the English Channel, a feat he completed in 2012 at the age of 61. Humber Super Snipe. This 4-door luxury saloon is such a great example of British luxury cars. This is a rare car, so rare most people haven't even heard of it, but Branson was using it as a daily driver for a while. Aquata. The Gibbs Aquata is an amphibious automobile that can drive over 100 miles per hour on land and more than 30 miles per hour when in the water. It is said to handle and perform on both terrains and has power to tow a water ski. Fisker Karma. The Luxury, a high-performance luxury car, is an appropriate carriage for the billionaire. Branson is a proponent of the electric car, and he has said several times that the future is electric. Range Rover Astronaut Edition. Branson and the Range Rover brand are pretty tight, and he uses them to tow around his spacecraft. The most recent flight was towed to the launch pad via a Range Rover Astronaut Edition SUV. Necker Island is a private paradise owned by the billionaire Sir Richard Branson, situated in the British Virgin Islands. Although the island suffered a massive damage from the Hurricane Irma in 2017, Branson was able to restore the beauty of the island straight away. The luxurious resort, which part of the Virgin Galactic closed for a few months following the aftermath of the hurricane, where the buildings of the island were completely destroyed. Just about a year of closing the resort, Branson was able to open it again in October 2018. The place is the perfect place for wealthy people to enjoy and spend quality time with their loved ones. Even celebrities and prominent people have stayed on the island, including Princess Diana and her young sons, former President Barack Obama, who enjoyed the island after his presidency, and Mariah Carey, who had her girlfriends over in the island while filming MTV Cribs. The chairman of the Virgin Group bought the property for about $180,000 in 1979, but has since spent a whopping $10 million transforming the beautiful island into a luxurious resort. He first heard about the island in the 1970s and was intrigued by it. At the same time, Sir Richard Branson was still starting the Virgin Records. He was interested in owning the island, and luckily the realtor ended up contacting him. The realtor offered him to visit the luxurious and historic island, and he agreed in a condition that he will be able to bring a companion with him. Since he was trying to impress a new love interest at the time, he was eager to bring her to the island. Thankfully, the realtor agreed, and they all went to the island soon after. Upon hearing that the price for the island is $6 million, he knew right then that he could not afford it. Since he was with the date at the time and wanted to impress her, he offered the highest amount he could afford, which was $100,000. The realtor became indifferent upon hearing the price of his offer and decided to leave the pair high and dry. Branson had to find their way back home as the realtor could not be bothered. About a year later after the visit happened, Branson received a call from the owner of the Necker Island. The owner wanted to sell the island so bad but had not received any offers other than Branson's offer. That time, Branson was already in much better financial positions thanks to the Virgin Records, so when he was offered to buy the island for $180,000, he did not hesitate to take it. It has 74 acres and sits on the beautifully turquoise waters combined with stunning sandy beaches. a long-standing love affair with Majorca. While it's out of action, the Virgin boss has been enjoying his privately owned collection of award-winning luxury hotels and retreats with Virgin Limited Edition around the world. While Snicker Island is being built, I've had the pleasure of spending time at many of these properties, he tells me, and he's been enjoying a slice of Spanish life at his newly renovated gated Majorcan estate, Son Bunyola, on the island's northwest coast more than ever. Son Bunyola is my favorite Majorcan retreat. I try to visit as often as I can. Majorca has always held a special place in my heart since I first visited as a child, but that love affair was marred with disputes with the local authorities who refused planning permission for the British businessman to build a luxury boutique hotel at his spectacular Son Bunyola, resulting in him selling up in 2002, selling his iconic hotel, La Residencia, a mecca for A-listers including Leonardo DiCaprio, Goldie Hawn, and Michael Douglas too. Back in business in Bunyola. Following a change of heart and Richard's realization that he really missed Majorca, he says he couldn't resist when the opportunity arose to buy Bunyola back lock stock for around $11 million in 2015. He aims to convert the estate into the very best eco-resort in Europe. Central to the estate is a finca building dating back to the 1800s, surrounded by vines, citrus fruit trees, almonds, and olive trees. It is absolutely beautiful, and I look forward to seeing how plans progress. Does Richard Branson own a private jet? Yes, as well as owning Virgin Atlantic Airway, Richard Branson also has his own Falcon 50EX. The jet has cost him about $4 million and has a capacity of 10. The capacity for crew members is 2 people. The first model was created in 1997. This aircraft has 3 engines and is considered a super mid-size jet. The length is just over 60 feet long, while the cabin length is just over 22 feet long. The maximum speed is 4,800 kts, and the normal cruising speed is 459 kts. Furthermore, Branson's jet is white with a double blue stripe down the middle. The letters MVGIN written on the tail are blue as well. Typical interiors of these models are white or cream leather upholstery, as well as sleek carpeting and overhead lighting. Finally, would you like to fly in Richard Branson's Falcon 50EX jet? Branson also owns a luxury catamaran called the Necker Belle. You can rent it for $110,000 a week when he isn't using it to cruise around the Caribbean. Branson reportedly put the boat up for sale in March, though there's no word on whether it's been scooped up. Thank you for watching, and please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts to view more of our future videos. After saying that, keep watching our videos, and I'll speak to you in the next one.